Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna teach you guys introduction to sociology. I'm gonna cover the family, so we're gonna look at what kind of family we have and the social class. Salut mes amis, j'espère que vous allez très bien. Mbote na bandeko nyonso boza kolanda nga lelo na kolobela sociologie na famille, ba famille ndenge nini toza nango, okay? So when you take a look here, we have a different type of class, okay? The family, okay? So we have upper class, upper middle class, lower middle class, working class, and then here we have underclass, okay? These one here are the rich. You don't see the rich outside. You don't see Bill Gates outside. No. You don't see the person who own Walmart. You don't see them, okay? Those people are rich. Now, the upper middle class are this one lawyer, university professor, okay? So this one they have a PhD, okay? This one here. Some of them also have a master degree, okay? Now, the lower middle class, this one are like the social worker, um high school teacher, okay, those one who work in the social assistance, those one we call them the lower middle class, okay. So working class, those one who work like when you go to manufacturing you're gonna see them, okay. So those one are the working class. Now the the underclass, they live in social assistance, okay. This class is not about the like discrimination, racism, and no, I want you guys to learn about life, okay. So we're gonna focus on the family, okay. It's a part of introduction to sociology, but we're gonna cover the family, okay. We're gonna cover this. I want you guys to understand what kind of family we have, okay. So when we're dealing with the family, we have a religion involved, economics involved, healthcare involved, politics involved, education involved, because when you have a kid, you want to make sure that you want to ensure that you provide the medication, okay. You want to make sure that they understand religion, how dangerous it is or how healthy, and you understand economics. When you want to have kid, you want to have more than 10 kids. Let's say you don't have a job, you don't work, do you want to have a lot of kids? No. Who's gonna support them? All right. Universal health care, okay. So here, if I go back a little bit, the upper middle class are the rich. We call them wealthy. The upper middle class, lawyer, university professor, university, college, the dean. Those one are the upper middle class. Okay, the lower middle class are like high school teacher, the police officer also. Okay, uh, let's say you work in manufacturing, and you work in manufacturing, you are a supervisor or a manager. Yes, you are also part of the lower middle class. So so what some of you may say, what the difference is between the upper middle class and the lower middle class? So the upper middle class, they can go on vacation for a month, they can go on vacation for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, because they have high income. Okay? They have their money is a little bit up there. Now the lower middle class, they don't have much. They have enough. They have money, but they don't. They cannot go on vacation for 3 months. No, only like a month or 2 weeks. Yes, because the money they have is not a lot. Now the working class, they don't go on vacation that much. No, because they have to work in manufacturing, this right. So they don't earn that much. Now the underclass are the poor. Okay, like I said, this class is not part of discrimination, racism. No, I want you guys to learn. Okay? So here we go. I just quote this one. Okay. So learning never exhausts the mind. Okay. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Okay. So this one is the person who called this is Benjamin. Okay. So involve me and I learn. Um, Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Okay. Now, come here. These one are the philosopher. Okay. So you need to understand a little bit of philosophy. We got Socrates, we got Plato, we got he's a student there. So to understand how life, the way life works, a lot of stuff, for my humble opinion, okay, if you know you understand philosophy, it's gonna help you. Okay, it's gonna help you a lot. Um, I remember back in the day when I was in it was my first year at university. Yeah, so I took some of the courses. I believe like in Congo they say J1, I believe, and then it helped me a lot to understand life. Okay, it helped me a lot. When you understand philosophy, you understand sociology, anthropology, you got psychology. You should be, you should be okay. Not like you should be okay, but you understand what's going on in life. Right? We come here. These are the philosopher and the sociologist. Okay, I just put like this for you guys to understand. Okay, so I uh I like him a lot, and this one too. I can say I just like all of them, but this one I like him a lot. He's German, eh? And him also I like him a lot. Him a lot of stuff he explained. Oh, I love it. eh? I just put like this that way you guys can take some note. That way you guys can understand. Okay, we come here. All right. So I just want you guys to take some notes to know what's going on. Okay. Now, social science. Inside of social science, inside of it, we have anthropology, psychology, sociology. Okay, so you need to understand how you need to understand anthropology, psychology, and sociology. Some of you may say, then what the benefits of knowing what the benefits of studying this? Okay, you're gonna understand later on. Okay, it's gonna open your mind. We come here in case you wanna know about anthropology, psychology, sociology. When you study anthropology, you're gonna deal with the human and the human culture. Okay, so you're gonna understand. You're gonna study that. When you study psychology, you're gonna deal with the feeling. Okay, like a personal feeling, the thought, the behavior. You're gonna understand. Okay, let's say you have a son. Okay, the way your son behavior and your daughter completely different, are not the same. Let's say you have a gorilla and you put the gorilla there and you put the monkey there, you put chimpanzee there, you put the dog there, you put a lion there. They don't behave the same. No, completely different. Let's say you have a Asian elephant, right? And you have African elephant. You're gonna see their behavior not the same. African elephant aggressive, Asian elephant not really aggressive. Okay, so when we dealing with sociology is about you're studying like the behavior of the groups, the society and the culture. Okay, so they study how people act when in groups. Okay, so we come here now for the family. Today I'm gonna focus on the family. When we look at the family, we go back in the day, we look at the Bible. According to the Bible. Okay, we have if we look at the book of Moses, the five books of Moses. Okay, we look at the Genesis. You're gonna see the creation. You're gonna see the first human God created. It was um Adam and Eve. And then you're gonna see their children, Cain, Abel, Seth. Okay, so I put like this that way in case you are Christian, you understand what's going on. If you're not Christian, it's okay. All right. So the family. Well. The family. It's not easy to have a family. One person cannot just build his own family. In North America, yes, you can do that because you can adopt the child. So to have a family like back in the day, a wife, husband and a daughter together, they produce their kid. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this later on. All right. So now we have a different type of family. Okay, we have a childless family. Okay, a couple without children. Okay, men and the women. Okay, they're together. However, they don't have a kid. So we call this childless family. Okay. Now we have a nuclear family. Okay. Like the way I break them down. Uh, the nuclear family, one or two parent who have and married children living with them. Okay. So in African culture we have these. Okay, a lot in African culture, and we also have a different one here. Okay, so but we're gonna focus more on nuclear family. Okay, we're gonna focus on that. Now we also have the same sex family, like lesbian, gay. Okay, we have them. So like I said, I'm not here to judge people. Okay, no discrimination, no racism. Okay, so we also have it could be like a single mom. Okay, single mom, and then her husband passed away and she has a kid, a daughter or a son. Okay, so we also have zero child family. Okay? So when we look at the generation back in the day, around 1930 to 1949, this generation, I have a lot of respect for them. A lot of respect. This generation, like the generation that the way they raise their kid, okay, they provide them what they need. This generation, excellent. This generation, okay, many of them are they have patience, wisdom. Even though they make some mistakes, but I still have a lot of respect for them. A lot of them don't talk; they're quiet. This generation here talk like this one here. Um their IQ is high for this generation. IQ is high. Okay? This generation in school they get A plus. Okay? A plus. This generation. Now, this generation here, they got B. B plus. Okay? A lot of people who born around 1960 to 1969 are smart, but not highly intelligent compared to the one who born around this year. This one, the genius. Now, here we call them baby boomers. You see the baby boomers who born around this year, highly intelligent. Even some of them here too, the one they born 1945, 1947, 1948. Yeah, they still baby boomers. Many of them are patient. So around this year, this one, they have a lot of passion. They are patient. They have wisdom. This generation here are highly intelligent in school. You don't mess up with them. Highly intelligent. I don't care what they tell you. This generation here, no, you don't want to mess up with them in school. No, no, no. They teach you. This generation here are okay. They know how to manage the money. This generation here, many of them, okay, many of them here, they have a lot of people who born from 1960 to 1969 are lucky in life. How? Many of them, they got a scholarship. They got the bursary. How they got it? This one here, they helped them a lot. But this generation from 1960 to 1969, they don't help people a lot. Not really. Like, if you want to get a scholarship to go to school, this generation here help this generation. This generation, no. Now, this generation here, according, if I look at an African society, there's a gap. Some of them highly intelligent in school. Some of them, they got some problem because this generation here abused them back in the day. This generation here also abused them here. So it was a mess. It was kind of not that good based on African society, okay? What I mastered in my back home. Now, the millennial, the one who born here, we call them baby boomers. Here, baby boomers. Here, we call them generation uh, X. This one we call them millennial, generation Y. Okay, so including here, these are millennial. Now, these millennial who born here and here, highly intelligent. Okay, highly intelligent, and they have a lot of wisdom. The millennial who born around this year, okay, in school, A plus. This millennial. Okay, this millennial who born here and 1950, this boomer who born here and this millennial in school, highly intelligent. However, those millennials suffered. Why? Because some of these millennial, their parents are silent generation, so they didn't have enough money to help their kid. So the baby boomer who born here, careless about them. That's why they struggle. Because the baby boomer who born here, they focus on their kid. You know, in African society or culture, when your parents have a kid, and then what happen is the oldest brother have to help their sister, brother, the young brother. Most of the time, the young brother suffer a lot. How? Because nobody can help them in school. Nobody can pay their tuition fee. Some of you may say, then how do you know? Oh, trust me, I'm the youngest in my family. I know. Trust me, guys. I'm the youngest in my family. I know when somebody struggle mentally, financially. I understand them because when you're the youngest, you're gonna see who love you, who doesn't love you in the family. You know, when you have a lot of siblings, you're gonna face a lot of problem if you're the youngest. So we have to be careful. Now, the generation Z, the one who born here, they're okay. This the one who born here. So I can say from here to um mm, 29 or 10. That's one generation Z. Okay, so when we look at here, um, and 12, yeah, it's okay. So, from here, 1928, 1945, this one we call them silent generation, okay? So, 1946 to 1968, we call them baby boomers, okay? Now, 1969 to 1980, we call them generation X, okay? Now, 1981 to 1999, we call them millennial, generation Y, okay? We call them like that in English. Now, from 1997, okay, to here, um, I can put, let's see, I can change that. I can put 97 here. I can change that. Yeah, so when we take a look, these are the millennial, these one are the Generation Z, okay? The one who born 1999 to 2012, okay? We come here. Now, we have a different family. We have the Muslim family, okay? We have the Muslim family. We have the Jew parent. I mean, we have the Muslim parents. We have the Jew parent. We have the Christian parent. We have an believer parents. Okay, which mean that this one they don't believe in. They don't have a religion, or they don't believe in. Some of them they don't believe in God. Okay, so the Muslim raise their kids differently. You look at the Jew, same thing. The Christian, same thing. Okay. Now we have in Canadian society, we have to be careful. Okay. So you don't spank your children. You don't spank your wife. You don't using the belt. We don't do that. Okay. So I'm gonna cover those kind of stuff after. We have to be careful. Okay. What kind of punishment? But I'm gonna cover this later on. Okay. We come here now. When you involve in a relationship, okay, when you look at educate parents with wisdom, okay, so you're gonna look at their income, employment, income, household, whole management. You're gonna look at the child care expense. I mean, like the money you pay for the daycare, the short term saving, long term saving. Okay, now a person who has education and wisdom, you're gonna see their income, employment. I mean, some of them are professor, some of them they work for the government. It could be like the mayor. They work for the city. They work for the provincial government. Work for states. They works for the different type of government or institution. Okay, now they have a wisdom. In this case, I'm talking about the parents, educate parents with wisdom. Okay, so you're gonna see they have stable employment. They have income is high. You look at all these, they prepare. Okay, now when you look at an educate parents with wisdom, um, they do okay. Okay, the parents. Let's say your mom didn't finish high school. Your dad, same thing. So what happened is they work in manufacturing. All right, they are working class. Even though they didn't finish uh, high school or they didn't attend school, they work. They have income. Um, the way they live is not too bad. It's not that good. It's not that bad. Okay. So when you look at some of the baby boomers, they didn't have education. I mean, the silent generation, the women, they didn't have education, but they provide the baby boomer what they need. The baby boomer have an excellent parent. Okay, excellent parent. Look at the Queen Elizabeth. Amazing. Just take a look. Look at the Queen Elizabeth. Okay, the Queen of England. Okay, look at her. All right, the kind of life she had. She wanna make sure that the King Charles got education, everything. Okay, so the silent generation, I have a lot of respect for them. Okay, so in this case, I'm not talking about the queen. Well, because the queen got education, right? But the other one who didn't get education, yeah, They still have the lifestyle they have is amazing. Okay, now we come here, educate parent without wisdom. Now this one has something to do with the baby boomers. A lot of baby boomers got education, however, they don't have a wisdom. Okay, many of them, like in African culture, some of them they don't have a job. Okay, they don't have a job. All this stuff I put here, according to African society, they don't have it. Now, some change, but back in the day, no, no, no. In North America, it's different. Educated parents, even though they don't have a wisdom, but they got some stuff there here in North America, right? So, um, when you hear an educated parents without wisdom, disaster. I have to be honest with you guys, disaster. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Without education, an educated parent without education, most of the time you're gonna see the child welfare gonna involve it. Like America, the people who come, they take the kid away, they're gonna involve it. Especially you don't have education, no wisdom. It's not that good. So dealing with the those kind of brother you have, they don't work, they want you to give them the money all the time. It's painful. Part of this family. Okay? And dealing with the brother who talk behind of your back, not that. Nah. And dealing with the brother who want money after money after money, you don't want that. Now, same thing with the cousin. Okay, if you're dealing with the cousin who's lazy, you're gonna have a problem. Dealing with the lazy cousin, you don't want that. Dealing with the two faces cousin, no. Dealing with the money hungry cousin, you don't want that. It's gonna cause a lot of problem and drama. Okay, we come here. Dealing with the lazy friends, no, you don't want that. Dealing with the two faces friends, no good. Dealing with the money hungry friends, no, you don't want that. Okay, you have to work. Okay, that way you can earn income. Now, when you're dealing with the nuclear family, um, like if I look at the silent generation, they did excellent. Okay, they did excellent. How? Because, for example, in my case, my mom is a silent generation. Okay, my mom did an excellent job. My mom pushed me to go to school. She told me, no, when you go in school, you're done, you're gonna have a better life. I remember everything my mom said, everything my dad said. They wanted me to finish high school. They wanted me to go in college. They wanted me to go to university. Some stuff happened to me, but I have a lot of respect for my mom and my dad and my sister and brother. Okay, because they did an excellent job. Um, what I must say for my mom, my dad, helped me a lot in North America. I live in Canada. Back in the day when I moved, I left my back home. I used to live in the States. What I mastered in the States I was there, but I didn't learn a lot. In the States, no, I was young, but I learned a lot in Canada. And in Canada, I have to be honest with you, a lot of stuff I learned in Canada. When I look at back in the day, I say, wow. Okay, because trust me, even the corruption is all over the place. Canada, a lot of stuff I master here in Canada. If we can practice this now in Africa, a lot of things gonna change. Okay, the system we have in Canada is, I can say, like number one. It's the best. The system we have, even though we pay high taxes, but trust me, Canada is way better, way better. Some of you may say, "How? What do you know about Canada?" I moved here several years ago, and they say in Canada, Canada is my home. What? Yes, it is my home. I'm a Canadian. I speak French. Je parle français. Je parle la langue française. I speak French. I mastered French my back home a little bit, and then when I left my back home, I went to different country. Where I used to live before, I traveled to the US, and then after that I moved to Canada. So Canada is my home. I love it. I love Canada. Even States, I like the States. but Canada is my number one. I'm a Canadian, and I have a lot of respect for Canadian. You know what I mean? So we are like, the way I look at Canadian and I look at the system we have. Um, if we have this system in Congo, Angola, trust me, our country gonna change. Okay, our country gonna change. So to change, you have to look at yourself. You have to look at yourself. What kind of life you have. To me, I make some mistake in the past, and I look at that mistake. Trust me, you need to get it. You need to get education. If you complete high school, okay, you didn't go in college. Um, my advice to you, do whatever it takes to go to college or university. Okay, it's so important. A lot of stuff I mastered at university. When I look at myself, I'm like, wow, was missing, because you're gonna deal with different type of. You're gonna deal with Asian. Here in Canada, we have Asian, we have African, we have European, we have Australian, we have Latino. So we have a different type of people and a different behavior. African don't behave the way Asian behavior. The way Muslim behavior is not the same as a Christian or Jew. The way Jew behavior is not the same as a Christian or a Muslim, or the way Christian behave is not the same as Muslim or Christian. So I have a lot of respect for Muslim, for Christian, and the Jew, including the other one. Okay, so the nuclear family provide the basis for five main function. Okay, so when we take a look here, this is what I'm saying. The nuclear family provide the basis for the five main function. Okay, so we have it's really important to do this. Okay, it's really important. The economy for your family. Okay, you need that. You need to have a financial stable if you want to build your family. Reproduction. Okay, let's say I have my wife and my kid, and then we want our generation to provide to build another one. So it's really important. And the socialization, emotional support. When I'm left my back home, I didn't touch anybody. Like today, women, no. I had a girlfriend, but to touch the girl, no. Because back in the day, in my back home, we follow the law of Moses. The way I grew up, you follow the law of Moses. Okay, you don't touch a woman. So now a lot of things change. Okay, and then for economy, when I left my back home, the experience I faced in the States, I cannot talk about it here. It's a private. It was white people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no problem for white. I have a lot of respect for American, because I didn't see anything wrong when I used to live in the States. I cannot blame people there. No, a lot of people who helped me when I left States. I moved to Canada is white and black, African American. African American helps me a lot. The white American, they help me a lot. So I have nothing against them. When you're in a relationship, it's really important to do what adult people do. Okay, you have to do it. It's really important. We come here for divorce. We have a high right now. The divorce, like for the divorce, it's really high in Canada. Really high. Really high. Marriage, less. For the divorce right now in Canada, it's high. Marriage, a lot of people don't get married anymore. No. For common law, yes. Okay. Here you live together. Okay. But you guys are not married. So this one I can say it's like almost 90% right now in Canada. The divorce, right now it is high. Okay, high in Canada. Marriage, no, it decrease. Okay, so this one we're not gonna that one. Um, Power, family, marriage, resource. You need to have an income. Okay, when you decide to have a family, okay, you and your wife, or your wife and a husband, you need to have income. You need to have money. Okay, and you need to have when you have a career and knowledge, you have education. Let me put like this: you got education, you got a career, okay? You got education, you got a career, you love your wife, both of you love each other. Trust me, you guys gonna have excellent family. Don't put corruption, don't put angerness. You know, when you don't like it in a relationship, you're gonna have an argument. But don't beat your wife. Don't argue like fighting. No, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Some days maybe your wife gonna be in a bad mood. Maybe she has her monthly friends. Calm down, relax. Okay, because some of us, when you are young, when you are 25, 27, you're in a new relationship. Something happened, you beat your wife. No, don't do that. That's a mistake. Okay, she loves you. She cares about you. Okay, you love her. You cares about her. So calm down. Okay? We come here for the income. Okay, so when you have a stable career, you have a not even if you don't have a high income, but if you have an income that's you can pay the mortgage, you can pay your car insurance, you can pay your home insurance, you can put the food on table, you can buy the clothes for your kid, you can put some money for long-term saving, short-term saving. It should be good. And so when you take a look, the white man who marry a Native American woman, when you take a look here, is a white man, white male, okay, white man marry Native American women. So when you take a look, what kind of relationship, what kind of marriage they have, they last longer, or they don't live like they don't last real like let's say when they got married, they stay together forever, or they don't last longer, right? Judge yourself. In this case, I don't know. I want you to judge yourself. A white man and a black man, women, when they got married, they live forever, or they divorce later on, or they don't last longer. Judge yourself. A white man and Asian women, when they got married, what happened? They live longer, they stay together or not. Okay. So in this case, here it's S. Okay. In case you don't get it, it's S here. Okay. It's S. It's S here. Okay. Because it's in the plural form. Okay. In the plural form. Don't forget. It's S here. Okay. Because we talk about a lot of white men. Okay. So the white man and the Latino women, when they got married, they last longer or not. They support each other financially, mentally. They do. Judge yourself, okay? The white man and the mixed women. When I say mix, mean the mom is white, the dad is black, or the mom is black, the dad is white, okay? So, the white men and albino women, what kind of relationship they have? They last longer or not? The white men and the pygmy women. Okay, so we have to look at in a society which black, white, Asian, who the one they last longer, who the one they don't. We come here, the black men and the white women, they last longer or not? Judge yourself. Black men and the Native American women, they last longer or not? Okay? The black men here in a plural form and the Asian women, when you take a look, when they got married. Let's say I'm black, okay? My wife is Asian. Maybe she's Chinese. Maybe let's say my wife is Chinese, or she's Korean, or she's Vietnamese or she's a Japanese. So do we last longer or not? I mean, like when we got married, living together, right? So we have to look at the one. If we don't last longer, there's no point of us being married. Let's say I'm black and my wife is white, and then we don't get longer, and then we fight, and then we separate. I go to Asian, same thing. I go to Latino, same thing. Something's wrong. It means that I have to change the way I live my life. It's not right. Okay, so I have to change. I have to look at myself. I'm gonna say, oh, this kind of life I have is not that right. So if you date a white woman, you don't get along, you divorce. You date a black man, you divorce. You date a Latino, you divorce. You date Métis, you divorce. You date Native American, you divorce. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. So you have to look at yourself. You may say, something's not right with me. What should I do here? Same thing with me. If I date a white woman, it doesn't she and I we don't get along. And then I date I date Asian, same thing. We don't get along. I date Latino, same thing. Something's not right. I date a black woman, same thing. We don't get along. So I have to look at myself and change to say, maybe I'm making mistake. Okay. So we look at here for Asian men and white women. They get along. Judge yourself. Asian men and the Native American. You look at Asian men and the black women. You look at Asian men and Latino. Asian men and Métis. Asian men and mixed kid. Asian men and albino. Asian men and pygmy. Midget women. Okay, so we have to look at the society and the class. So we look at here the Latino male and the white women. They get along. The Latino male men and the Native American. The Latino men and the black women. The Latino men and the Métis. The Latino men and the mixed kid, the mixed women. The Latino men and the albino. The Latino men and the pygmy, the pygmy women. Okay, so we have to look at the society. Okay, so we come here for the economy part. Okay, so we have to look at this the divorce. So when you involve the family, you have to be careful. Okay, you have to look at some satisfaction. You have to look at the economy first. You have to look at the divorce law, the family life cycle, the housework, and the child care. You have to look at the sex. Okay, so we come here. This part is really important. Okay, it's really, really important to understand this. When you are married, both of you, man and a husband, love each other, care. It help you guys. Okay, it's really, really important. This one. Okay, really important. A lot of people divorce because of this. They cheat because of this. Okay, so if you are good with your husband and your wife, even though your husband doesn't have high income, as long you guys are good on this and he works, you work, you guys should be good. If you guys, this one, it's really important. Okay, we come here. The women, like, let's say you divorce. Okay, the women, let's say your sister, your wife, your friends divorce. Okay, and then the way I study this, the women suffer a lot in Africa when they do this. In North America, no, because the women, you have to pay the child support, and you want to make sure that you support your kid. And I don't blame the government. Um, but the other issue I have here is uh, a single mom who divorced, who collecting the child wealth, collecting the baby bonus and the child support. She also has a new boyfriend, so she have a high income. Let's say she's a single mom. She has 3 kids. These 3 kids, she get 3,000 from 2,000 every month for those 3 kids or two. You get 3,000. Okay, and this one for the baby bonus, the money the government give for the kid. Okay, now She also get, let's say, 1,000 for the child support. She also works and she bring maybe, let's say, 2,500 every month. And she has a new boyfriend. They live together. So she almost have like 5,000 every month. But some of them, they don't make 2,500. No, they make more than that. Some of them maybe make 4,000 a month. Some of them make 5,000 a month, 6,000 a month. So they may end up bringing like 9,000 a month. Okay? She's a single mom. So she make more than a man. Because when the men pay the child support, and they're gonna struggle because they left with not they the money they left with is not much in case they have another family, right? So we have to look at when both part a husband and a wife they divorce and they have a high education, um their kid gonna be okay. They're not gonna suffer mentally compared to the poor. Okay, the person who have a high education, when they complete when they divorce, their kid don't suffer mentally, no, except the one who has uh like working class. They struggle a lot when they divorce. Their kids suffer a lot. Okay, working class and the underclass. Okay, a man, a highly educated family man, a man who has a bachelor degree, master degree, and a PhD, when they divorce, they don't have a lot of problem. No, they divorce peacefully, and then they talk to their ex. Their ex talk to them. Um, let's say my ex girlfriend or my ex wife or the mother of my kid and I will divorce. The mother of my kid has a master degree or a master degree. Um, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna talk. Hey, hi, I'm coming to pick up the kid. How was the weekend? You talk peaceful, okay? So the one who doesn't have a high, the one who doesn't have a high education, always you're gonna fight with them. Always you're gonna fight. So we have to be careful when you date. You wanna have a kid with the person you wanna have a kid with. Don't just go date somebody and you start having family. No, 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 no. You're gonna make wrong decision. You have to study, to study them carefully. You wanna make sure that the person you wanna have a kid, the person got education, they have a wisdom, they understand life, and then they have a career. Yes, go ahead and marry, start having the family. But the one they don't, you have to be careful, okay? Because you don't want to go in the family court all the time, arguing, fighting. You don't want that. We come here for the female, okay? So that part I was talking about the men, okay? The men who got education, they don't fight a lot, no. Like in my case, okay, I have a kid, I have a daughter, okay, and I have a son and a daughter. And when I look at what happened in the past, I understand why people suffer mentally, financially. Because when you make a wrong decision, it can affect your life and it can put you behind in life. In my case, I'm like, I better finish my school. You come here for the female, like I said. If your wife has a master degree, PhD, you guys gonna be okay. Okay, even though the divorce, like you guys divorce, you guys not gonna fight like working class or underclass. Because when you take a look, a lot of people who go in family court, okay, a lot of them are the working class and the underclass. Okay, so if you take a look, the upper class, never you're gonna see them in the family court. Okay, you don't see them there. We come here, the family violence, guys. The family violence and punishment in Africa is high, right? It's high, especially like if you look at 1960, 1970, 1990, 90, no, 1980, 1990. Oh, terrible in Africa. South America, you don't want that. In Africa, the family violence, I don't know now because I left my back home like way, way back in the day. I don't know. On now, I'm not sure. So, but the violence is not good. South America, I don't know much about South America because I'm not from there, so I cannot say anything negative about them. I don't know much about there. Central America, same thing. I don't know much about them, so I don't know. I left my back home way back in the day in Africa. I don't know much about Central America. Asia, same thing. I just see in the movie, but I cannot say something that I never faced, right? It's not right. No, America, we watching the TV, right? But I cannot say that, oh, American are terrible, Asian are terrible, European are terrible. No, I don't want to say that because you need to have an evidence. Europe, anything, Australia, so I cannot say anything about some people, their family, because you have to face it. When you saw it, you have the evidence, you say yes. But in my case, I just read in the books. I know violence is all over the place. We come here spanking your children. We don't spank children here. We don't do that. When you do that, they're gonna take them away from the government. Spanking your wife. You cannot spanking. When if you start spanking your wife outside, you're gonna get in trouble. Okay, we don't do that in Canada. You cannot spank your wife. Okay, using the belt. No, we don't do that. So we don't spank our kid. Okay, you don't spank your children. You don't spank your wife. We don't use the belt. Okay, so no spanking here. Okay, we don't spank the kid. You don't spank your wife using the belt. No, we don't do that. No, America, this same thing. Come on. Uh, in this case here, there's a lot of them too. Okay, so we don't use this kind of stuff here in Canada. Okay, U.S., Europe, no. You come here, uh, physical health, mental health, stress, depression. So you have to be careful because when you have a family, if you are a single mom, you're gonna face a lot of issue, especially if you don't have education. It's gonna cause a problem for the kid, okay? Because you don't have the tool to handle the stress, to handle the depression, okay? Let's say somebody, we know how to handle physical problem we face. When let's say you fell down, you broke your leg, let's say something happened your feet, your nose, you're gonna go right away in the hospital, right? In When we're facing stress and depression, sometimes we don't know how to handle it because it's not like you're not smart. No, you're smart. However, you don't have the tool to handle stress. You don't have the tool to handle depression. When you stress, some people they smoke, some people they use alcohol. That's not the right tool to handle your depression. Some people when they stress, they go out for a walk. They have maybe wine, listen some music to calm them down. So if you're stressed and you have depression, you're facing depression. Alcohol is not the right tool for it. Okay, so you need the right tool to handle it. Even myself, some situation maybe I have a stress and then depression. So I have to know what tool do I need to use to end this stress and the depression. In my case, I get my book, I read and watch and listen some music. I'm okay. Some people maybe don't work for them. They need to do something else. All right. Alcohol. Okay. Some people they use alcohol, the drugs to solve the problem. Drug doesn't solve the problem. It cause a lot of problem. Okay. All men aggressive against women. We have to be careful. Okay. When you are married, your wife is not your slave. All right. You have no right. If your wife is saying no, they cannot do what you want them to do. Leave them alone. Calm down. Leave them alone, and then give them a break. All right, you cannot just push your wife, do this because I'm your husband. No, doesn't work like that. Okay, we have to be careful. Even at workplace, we have to be careful. Okay, so in this case here, if you guys want to take some note, again here. Now, the children of divorce face challenging at school. Yes, because look, the boy or girl who don't see their dad and mom, yes, they're gonna have some problem. It's not like they have a mental illness. No, 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 no. Look, I grew up at home. I know my dad. I know my mom. I know all my siblings. Okay, I'm the youngest in my family. I'm telling you guys the reality. Um, my dad never ever scream at me. This. No, my dad was a good man. My mom pushed me to go to school, to study, to become somebody. My mom, I have a lot of respect for my mom and my dad. My mom, oh, I love my mom. My mom helped me a lot. For the sibling, you have to be careful. For the siblings, some of them, you don't know what they have in their heart. I'm the youngest. I know my brother and sister. Trust me, the sister love their brother. My sister, or my sister used to cook for me, do a lot of stuff for me. I have a lot of respect for my sister. I love them. My brother, there's a problems. The brother jealousy is there, angerness is there. This. When you have a lot of brother, you're gonna face a lot of problem because what happened is some brother they want to be on the top. They don't want the other. You know, in African culture, some brother they want to control whole family. African culture, trust me, you don't want that. I'm not against African culture, but the stuff we have in African culture as a man is not right. They like to dominate. They want to be on the top. You may say, how? Trust me, it doesn't matter if he's a priest, he's a it's a mess. For example, in my case, I have my kid, right? I'm married. Let's say I'm married, right? And I have my kid with me. You know, my oldest brother, he want to control my life and my kid. That's how it's working in African culture. So let's say I marry a black woman and I have my kid. My brother is gonna try like to control my life and my kid. So if I marry a white woman, they don't do it. You see how it is? They don't put like their nose in your business. When you marry a white woman or a black, let's say a black man marry a white woman, or a black woman marry a white man, the game is done. Black family, they are quiet. However, if I marry the black woman, my brother is gonna put his nose in my life, in my family. It's a mess. It's a mess, but I hope one day they're gonna change. To me, back in the day, I wanna marry a black woman. That's my plan was. But the family member put too much nose in my business. This. I say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm not gonna marry. I'm done. Okay, black family. Oh gosh, they wanna control your black women, your husband, their kid. They want to be like, I'm your uncle. I can do whatever I wanna do. That's how it is in Africa. When you're uncle, oh boy, uncle has more. You know, in Africa culture, having a daughter more important than having a son. That's in African culture. When you have a daughter, yes, because your daughter gonna care you, your family. When you have a son, no good. Like in my case, I have a son and a daughter. So my real family is my daughter. My son is my son, but my son he's when he end up producing marry and have his kid. Yes, if my son end up having a daughter, that's gonna be his real family. Like in my case, I have a son and a daughter, right? My real family is my daughter because my daughter gonna produce my son It's my family too, but my son is not gonna carry me. No, it's my daughter's gonna carry my family there. Okay, which mean that, look, having a daughter, if you have a daughter, thanks God. Trust me. Because we give as a man, I don't carry the baby. It's a women who carry the babies. So in my case, my daughter is gonna produce my family. You see, so in Africa, it's like that. In Africa culture, in Africa society and culture, if you have a boy, no good. It's better to have a daughter. That's how it goes there. When you have a daughter, so in my case, let's say for example, my daughter have a kid, right? My son is gonna be gonna be my daughter's kid uncle. You see, but if my son has my son is brother, uh, it's still his family too. But in African culture, it's important to have a daughter. It's if you have a daughter, oh, I'm like the way I am when I look at the situation I face in Canada. I have a lot of respect for my daughter. I don't care what it is. My daughter is my daughter. I love my daughter. My daughter is my life, including my son is my life too. But in African culture, having a son more important than having a daughter. I mean, having a daughter. So for the same-sex marriage, we got Netherlands, they allowed it. US, Canada, Belgium, Spain, South Africa, Norway, all those they have. In Congo now, yeah, in Congo also. Congo, to be honest with you, this thing started long time ago. I know in Congo when I was a little. In Congo, it doesn't surprise me. No, I'm from Congo, and then I'm also from Angola. So this one, it doesn't surprise me in Congo. No, in Congo now, I think a lot of people are okay with that in Congo. But to me, I don't blame anybody. It's your own personal choice. Okay, so if you want to become a gay, it's okay. If you want to become a lesbian, I don't want to judge you because you know what? It's the Bible say that we cannot judge people. So it's not my responsibility to say why is gay, why is lesbian. No, 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 no. That's not my job. And then we also have a different type of when we talk about gay, okay, it's not just gay. Some people are lesbian. Okay, let's say a man is a lesbian. Okay, so the man who's a lesbian, they can date uh oh I mean so the man who's a bio, they can date a man and a woman. Okay, so they have the kind of society. So their own society. Some men they date men, they also date women. Some women they date the men and they also date the women. We call them bisexual. Okay. Now we also have some men who want to become like a woman, some women who want to become like a man. Okay. So some of you may say that, are you okay with that? Are you allowed that? It's not my job to tell them no or yes. Okay. It's not my job. I cannot judge them. It's not right to judge them. No, let them do what they want to do. We cannot keep like judging people. Why you this? No, they are human beings. They're human. I cannot stand against why the girl wanna date a girl. Why? No, 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 no. Look, you know when Jesus died, you see the guys who was near to Jesus, the one who stole the money, do a lot of bad thing. You know what he asking Jesus? You know what he told Jesus? It's not good to judge people, you know. So let the people wanna do what they wanna do. And then we have the child welfare and the the child protection service. So in Canada, you have to be careful, okay? Really careful. Why? Because when you beat your kid, when you fight with your wife, the violence at home, they're gonna come and take the kid away from you, okay? Because in Canadian society and North American society, or even Europe, we don't beat the kid. We don't beat them, we don't fight with them, okay? So you have to be careful. When you beat your kid, the child protection worker gonna come in your house, okay? So the child and age from 1 to 18 years old. Okay, we have the black, we have the white, we have the Asian, we have the Latino, we have the Native American, we have the Métis, we have the mixed one. Okay, so we have to be really, really careful. Okay, don't beat the kid, don't fight with your wife. Okay, so be careful. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop here for today. So thank you so much. In case you don't understand, please email me or contact me. I'm gonna try my best as I can to help you. So thank you so much. You guys take care. Bye bye.